Hi everyone, myself Arun Raja, Assistant Professor in the Department of Aeronautical Engineering, Hindustan College of Engineering and Technology, Coimbatore. In this module, we have to see the CAMS and its classification and working of the CAMS based on different types. Welcome to the course. First of all, we need to know what the CAM is and what is the purpose of the CAM. A cam is a rotating machine which consists of some valve guides, valves, cam and camshaft that moves a follower, and the follower may have a guide and pin and a rocker arm. The cam is a rotating element which produces a reciprocating or an oscillating motion to another component called follower. This is the purpose of cam. This will give you a exact view about how the cam is operating. Once the cam is rotating, then the tappet or the follower which moves the push-pull rod that is connected to the rocker shaft, and the rocker arm which moves the inlet or outlet valve through spring that will control the combustion chamber which is working for the engine. There are numerous types of cam. First, according to the type, radial cam, disc, cylindrical cam, translation or wedge cam, conjugate cam, globoidal cam, and spherical cam. The radial cams. The radial cam, the follower oscillates or reciprocates in the perpendicular axis of the cam. In case of cylindrical cams, the follower reciprocates or oscillates in the direction, but it is parallel to the axis of the cam. That is the difference between the radial and cylindrical cams. Translation or wedge cam has a translatory motion, and the profile of the cam is formed on one side of the cam. The other side of the cam doesn't have the motion, or part of the cam is having the translation motion. While the conjugate cam have two discs keyed together and having a contact with two roller followers. Say in this case, the cam is rotating in a particular area, but it is not a circular or an elliptical. That is the purpose of the conjugate cam. Then globoidal and spherical cams. Globoidal cams have a convex or a concave type of surface cut on circumference of the cam, which impart motion to the follower oscillate about the fulcrum. In case of spherical cam, the form of the spherical shape that transmit the motion to the follower, whether the followers oscillate about the axis perpendicular to the cam or parallel to the cam. That is based on the working of the follower. Then according to the follower movement, the cams are classified into different conditions. One is rise, that is the position of the follower from 0 to the maximum condition, and dwell is the zero displacement or the absence of motion of the follower during the cam rotation. And the return. The return is the process where the follower is at a maximum position to the starting position or original position. The classification of cam with respect to the followers motion or followers ways are DRDRD cam, that is dual rise, dual return, dual cam, and DRRD cam, dual rise, return, dual, triple R. In this case, there is no dual for the cam, rise, return, and again rise, dual rise, dual. There is no coming back to the original position here. The return option for the cam is not taken into account. These are the four different types of cam classifications based on the follower motion. A picture will give you the exact thing what the DRDRD cam should have. Initially, there should be a dwell and there should be a rise. After the particular rise of the condition, the follower is staying at the position that is called dwell, and again the cam coming back to the original position that is called return. Then DRRD cam, here the dwell is starting with a rise and there is no dwell at the maximum position. Immediately after reaching the maximum position, it return back to its original position. There is no dwell after the return. Then the third is triple R cam. Throughout the 360-degree angle from 0 to 360, there should be a rise and there should be a return. There is no dwell in this case. And the fourth one, DRR cam, where the cam is dwelling at the start of the follower and it rise to a particular limit based on the stroke length, and the dwell is at the end of the stroke. That means at the after rise condition. Here the displacement is maximum at that point and there is no return of the conditions. Then according to the manner of constraints, to reproduce the exact motion transmitted by the cam to the follower, it is necessary to remain in touch at all speeds and at all times. So based on the manner of the cam, the classified cams are preloaded spring cam, positive drive cam, and gravity cam. A preloaded compression spring is used for the purpose of keeping the contact area between the cam and follower is called preloaded spring cam, and the positive drive cam. In this case, there should be a constant touch between the cam and follower to maintain the cam and follower in contact inside the groove of the cam. Here the follower cannot go out of this groove in the normal working conditions. If it is happening, then the follower doesn't have the exact condition of the cam. The next is gravity cam. If the rise of the cam is achieved by raising the surface of the cam and the return by force or gravity, and the return stroke should have done with the help of an external force or gravity or due to the self weight of the cam. That is called gravity cam. Then the picture gives the spring conditions for the preloaded compression spring cam and a positive drive cam. Here there should not any external force acting on the follower or a cam to maintain the contact surface area between the cam and follower. But in case of the preloaded spring, the tension in the spring will give the force to maintain the contact area. Then next is followers. Like different types of cams, we have different types of followers also. According to the pair surface contact, the followers are classified into radial follower and an offset follower. Then again, the surface of contact still classified into higher pair and lower pair, or the contact area is taken into account with respect to knife edge follower, roller follower, flat faced follower, and spherical faced follower. And according to the motion of the follower, the translatory motion follower and oscillating follower. These are the different types of followers that is in contact with the cam to translate the reciprocating motion obtained from the cam. The radial follower, in which Motion of the follower is passing through the center of the camp. That means the follower and the camp are having the same axis. Then offset follower, the follower is having some offset value. That means the axis of the cam is having an offset with a particular distance from the axis of the follower. Then knife edge follower, this is having a small point of contact. The point of contact is generated either by means of knife edges or else some other means of needle conditions. Then in the case of roller follower, the rolling motion of a roller is connected with the follower edge. So at high speeds, the sliding motion doesn't have the exact accuracy. The roller can work at any conditions. So the sliding motion of the roller is taken out and completely eliminated. And the flat face follower, the flat face followers are used in the preference of roller follower where the space is limited. But in case of the spherical followers, the amount of surface stresses produced in the flat face follower is machined and the spherical shape is obtained and the follower which we are using is called a spherical faced follower. Then according to the motion, translatory motion, they have the translatory motion that is moving up and down. Then oscillating motion, the follower they have the oscillatory motion. In the next video, we can see how to draw the cam profile for a given condition. Thank you. Thank you, Wanda.